Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. How's it going? And listen, if you were looking for the spot to talk about retirement savings, you are indeed in the correct place. So, we want to start this the way we normally do. We want to start by asking you, how are you doing? How are you faring? How are things going? I know it's challenging times here in this country and just want to know what you're thinking. And we're all so busy. I get that. We are. But I want to just let you know there's a community, that would be us, who are interested in you and seeing how you are doing and how it's going for you. We're all struggling with something and maybe we can do something to help. And we'll talk later. If you think you might like to join this community, we'd love to have you, but don't worry about it now. We'll move on and see what you think, and join us later if you'd like. So, how are things going for me? I have no complaints. I'm putting my head down, getting stuff done, doing what I need to do, like we all do. And I kind of have to laugh because, we've been talking about we've got those of us who have an account, a retirement savings account, they're going to be smaller. We're not high dollar earners. And, you know, many of the companies out there, the money managers, really don't want anything to do with us. Okay. And I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to disparage them in any way, but their money comes from how much we have, that whatever our investment balances are that make it so it's cost effective for them to work with us. And it's just not the case usually. They just, do you have a $500,000? No? Okay, bye bye. See you later. So, for the first time, now how long have I had my account? 20, 25 years? I don't know. I'd have to go way back and figure out how long I have had my retirement account with the current custodian. But I had a money manager reach out to me. You know, before it was like I reached out to ask a question, and that person had my name and number, and they kept calling. And then when they realized I don't really have that much, they stopped calling. Well, I had somebody reach out to me that I had never worked with before, and she said, let's schedule some time if you'd like to kind of talk about your account and what your goals are. And it's like, wow, that would be excellent to have professional help. Just make sure I'm on the right track. And you guys know me. Whatever I learn, I will pass it along to you. So don't worry about that. But I told her it's going to be, a few weeks before I reach out. It's the end of our review season. We're coming up on that. And what I'd like to do is just kind of wait and see if there are any changes that it happens to be a she that reached out to me, that she would need to be aware of, that I want to make sure she knows about. So I said, it'll be about a month, but yeah, plan on me coming in to kind of chat with you. And I just think that is wonderful. We'll do what we have to. We'll do what we can to make sure that we have a successful retirement. But to have a professional willing to look over, don't worry about it. I will definitely be sharing with you, okay? Don't, it'll be in a later edition here. But, before I go on, I want to make sure to talk to you about setting up a retirement account. Have you done that? So many of us, we stay so busy and our heads are down and we're trying to get stuff done. But whatever you do, take care of your future, okay? Remember, we're living essentially two lives, right? There is the present and there is the future, and you've got to take care of both and live your lives. You want to have fun. We work hard. I don't want every single cent I make going to bills and going to my account. You have to live in the now. I have to be happy now. And so I've done what I can, and just make sure you are setting up your retirement account and that you set it up so you're making contributions regularly. That's going to be how you will be successful, is by starting as early as possible and then making sure that it's consistent. Consistency will win the race. And whatever you do, don't worry about comparing yourself to somebody else. Because I've told you before, I have friends, some friends with a lot of money, and good for them. They worked hard. They had breaks, they had whatever, they have money, and that's fabulous. But I can't compare myself to them. I will lose that race every single time. So just stay present, do what you can do, and just make sure that you're putting your money away. Don't worry about your balance. That will take care of itself. We'll talk about, balances and stuff later. But get started. That is the main thing. Please, please, please. Okay? And, we've talked about, well, maybe something similar to this, that once you hit at least 50, I think that's the magic age, there are all these money managers who are reaching out asking if you want to join them for an evening of talking about money and talking about finances. It'll always be a fairly decent restaurant that you can eat at for free. And what they'll want to do is sign you up as a customer. And that's fine and good. I went to one of those, last fall maybe. I had a great meal, had a great conversation with the people at my table, and I talked to the money manager, and she had a lot of great information, and I'm really glad she went. When I started looking, what I didn't see was whether or not she was a fiduciary. So in other words, they help you, they put you in things where you are at the center of things, right? Put you in investments that take care of your needs. You're the primary focus. And what she was really offering were insurance products. And okay, so lots of people have annuities. And I'm not saying that they're bad, nothing like that. It may work for a lot of people. But the balance I have has stocks in it that have taken a hit. Okay? Had I moved forward, it would have cashed out those investments at a loss to go and buy an annuity. And I'm thinking, but why would I do that? I've done this before where I sold stocks at a loss. So at one point I had $80,000 in Microsoft stock. I got scared because I didn't know. Okay, I thought I have to preserve this principle. Had I waited a year or two, those stocks would have come back up and shot into the stratosphere. But again, I didn't know. So the idea of being asked really to sell at a loss, buy annuities, and yeah, I would have had guaranteed income for retirement, and sure, that's great, but what if I wait? If I wait, my portfolio will be even more, okay? And who knows, I may opt to have a small amount of annuities, but that time isn't now for me. And it's just a matter of looking things over, thinking it through, and just kind of doing what's best for you. Because with annuities, like I said, everybody's got to make a buck. With annuities, the money managers will make their money first, and then it's preparing you for the income that you will receive in retirement. It didn't work out for me, and I've heard of a lot of people who were unhappy with the choice of going with annuities. And like I said, I'm not saying they're bad. You just have to look at your own situation and decide, does this work for me? And just go through and figure that out. And that's what this is all about, because we are just middle income earners and just trying to get by day to day. We're not making a whole lot of money. Most of us are under making under $100,000. Some make more, and that's great. If you make over that, wonderful. That's I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's great. And maybe that those making over 100 live in high cost areas, and their $100,000 is more like 50,000 for the rest of the country. Whatever the situation is, just take care of yourself, okay? And that's what this is all about, just learning what you can do and thinking through, okay, what do I need to do for me? So just some thoughts, just kind of throwing that out there, because that's the whole reason for this, because I didn't know, and I didn't feel like I had anybody that I could talk to about money issues, because like I said, with my balance, with my portfolio, most people are like, okay, isn't that nice? Patted you on the head and sent you on your way. But it's what I have, and I am so grateful to have what I have. And, all we can do is what we can do. Just start from wherever you are. Doesn't matter your age, your income. We just all have to put money away to prepare for retirement. Okay? How much? That will depend on you. But again, if you're asking me how much you should put away, start. If you haven't even at least started, start with 5% and just keep working your way up. Okay? Just do what you can to take care of you. All right? And, I like to keep these in the 15-minute range, between 12 and 15 minutes. And at the beginning of this, I said, if you are interested in becoming a part of this community, we'd love to have you. And just so you know, okay, you see where it says subscribe? Just make sure to click that and follow the prompts. This is free content. I will never charge anything for this, because this is what I had been hoping for decades ago. Didn't have access to it. Nobody was out there speaking my language. Most people are, that you read about, that you get information from, are multi-million-dollar money managers, and great. It's just that I guess at least one of the sticking points for me was this. They said that if you have debt, you have no business putting money away in a retirement account, which I'm like, okay, if you tell middle income people something like that, to me, that was super harmful, because I feel like I'm going to have debt probably for a good portion of the rest of my life. So I had to figure out a way to take care of my debt, but take care of my future. So I found that middle ground, and that's what you and I, right, need to be doing. What is the middle ground? And figuring it out, and just doing all we can, whatever we can, because, retirement's going to pop up quicker than you think, right? And so you want to take care of yourselves in it. And I'm heartbroken when I read stories about retirees who didn't plan accordingly. Either that, they didn't plan accordingly, or something happened with their health and they had to quit early. And they didn't have the ability to keep putting money away. So the younger you are, you make this decision to take care of not only your present, but your future, the better. So just one step in front of the other. Get that account, number one. And then number two, make sure to fund it consistently. And just, that as far as you're concerned, that is money you're putting away. Don't worry about it. Okay? And I'm hoping the other thing that you've done, you've taken that blank sheet of paper, and at the top of that piece of paper, you just write down what you're bringing in every month. That's the first thing. Number two, pay yourself first. Whatever money you're going to need for a week or two, have that either available in cash or in your account, whatever that happens to be, how much you're putting away for savings. I have multiple savings accounts because I have multiple things that I need to, the emergency fund, that's one. And maybe I want to put money away for a vacation or something. Just, make sure to put that money away. Then go through how much you're paying in bills. And if you have a shortfall, where can you make adjustments? And whatever you do, don't do the pay yourself first. Do the other areas. Start there. Okay? Now, with that, we are going to wind this up, and I'm so grateful to all of you for joining me for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne, okay? And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Just be good, okay? You take care. Bye.